Hi guys. I'm back. Tam is under the weather tonight, so I'm gonna be doing the podcast solo. This is episode 31, and because I have the light behind me, I am hoping to be able to stay on this podcast until it gets dark. So this podcast might move a little fast tonight. Um, Today's topic is gonna be solo dolo, which is people that were in groups and then they went solo. Was it better or not for them to have gone solo? Which is interesting because I'm doing a podcast solo today. Who would have thunk it? So let me bust out my list. I have come prepared today with paper. Don't be trying to look at the paper. I saw y'all. Don't even pause it to look at the paper. I don't really have them in order of importance, but I'm hoping to definitely have a whole bunch of people on my list. I feel like I have a pretty good list. So first person I have on my list is Justin Timberlake. So Justin Timberlake was originally in NSYNC, and the group disbanded, and Justin went off to do his pretty freaking successful solo career. And I definitely think it was a good thing for him to go solo. I don't think that if he had stayed in that little boy band group, because them boys had definitely turned into men, that it would have garnered the same type of success that his solo career has garnered. Next up, I got two people, one group. We have Lauryn Hill, yes, successfully, always just late, and Wyclef Jean from the Fugees. Technically, all three of them went solo. I don't have Prize on the list because I don't think he was as successful solo as Lauryn was and Wyclef was. So the question is, do I think that they should have went all solo? Nah. For Wyclef, I think he did an amazing job in going solo, and it was a good thing for him. For Lauryn, I mean, if you guys know the story behind the Fugees and you know that the reason why Lauryn left and what was going on behind the scenes, this is not a gossip podcast, so we will not get into that. But y'all know what happened. That's why you don't mix business with pleasure, especially with a married man. Anyway, so I think it was a good move for Wyclef. I do not think that it was a good move for Lauryn, because I feel as if since then, outside of the successful album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and not even talking disparagingly about what's the album, the uncut, unplugged album that she has with the Zion song on it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I am not researching nothing today because I'm by myself. Outside of those two albums, I just think it's been a very downhill spiral, and I think that being part of a group may have kept Lauryn a little bit more, at least on time, because I don't think they had those problems when they were the Fugees. I mean, y'all can let me know. I saw the Fugees. Everybody was on time when I saw them. But I ain't been to no Lauryn Hill concert because I ain't got 40 hours to waste. I just don't. I don't. Anyway, I have a little throwback for y'all. New Edition, of course. And then everybody went solo on that thing. Well, more or less solo. So first and foremost, Bobby Brown went solo. We know how well his career went up until drugs and the whole situation got involved. I think he had a pretty successful career. I don't know if him going solo was the best idea for him, but he did damn well while he was solo. Then we have Ralph Tresvant, who had one hit while he was solo. Well, I don't know. If y'all consider Stone Cold Gentleman a hit, let me know. But Sensitivity was definitely a hit. I guess. And then we have Johnny Gill, who replaced Bobby Brown, who had a solo career, a damn good solo career, because we still singing My in the year of our Lord 2019. And Johnny Gill had way more hits than that. So I'm gonna say that Johnny Gill did a pretty good job of going solo after leaving New Edition. So, and then BBD. And even though BBD is a group, you broke off one group to create another group. They did well as well. So Next, I have NWA. We know everybody that broke off from NWA did pretty damn good. From Eazy E to Dre to Ice Cube, solo careers were great for them. I mean, they were great together, but they all excelled in their solo careers. And outside of everything else that they're doing, outside of Eazy, rest in peace, they're still excelling. I mean, Ice Cube is doing movies and directing, and just he's still making hits, still making music, writing for folks, and we know what Dr. Dre did. Hello, Beats by Dre, anybody? Just saying. So let me put some more people on the list. Gwen Stefani, who was in No Doubt. I think her going solo, again, let's never mix business and pleasure. If you're in a group, just be in a group. Don't be all venturing off because you done mess with a group member. It's a couple of people on my list like that already. But I think that her solo career was pretty darn good. When she was teamed with certain people, I think she did excellent. She did a great job. But Gwen Stefani solo, not bad. It was alright. I won't complain. But No Doubt, the whole band, that's that joint. So, yeah. Let's see. Darius Rucker, who, if you did not know, is very much country now. But he was Hootie and the Blowfish before. And as a rock band, somewhat rock band, pop, rock, whatever. I think Hootie and the Blowfish was phenomenal. But I think that Darius setting off on his own path and following his heart and his passion and being in country has benefited him more than the stuff that he was doing with the Hootie and the Blowfish conglomeration that he had going on. Let's see. I have, look, I'm looking at my list and looking at y'all at the same time. Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel, both of Genesis. I'm so biased because I'm a huge Phil Collins fan, definitely a Peter Gabriel fan, and a huge Genesis fan. So I'm torn. I'm going to always say that I love Genesis as a band. I think they are amazing together. Phil Collins doing his solo thing was the shit. So it worked out. So I don't care. Look, for me, I don't care how Phil Collins brings it. He can bring it in Genesis. He can bring it solo. Peter Gabriel, I like him, but it don't matter to me. Whatever is Phil Collins, Genesis related, I'm all for. Look, that's me with my clap, my slow clap. Sting and the Police, and we all know how that went. The Police did pretty well, but Sting really branched off and carved a lane for himself. Kind of, sort of, might be a little bit of an unpopular opinion, but sometimes when singers branch off and they go in a direction that they want to go, you see whether or not the band was holding them back. That's really what it is. Were you in this group and you were the brainchild, you were coming up with all the ideas, you were making the moves, and then when you see them solo and you don't hear nothing else from the band, like Genesis survived without Phil Collins. And Sade, the band, because y'all think Sade is a woman, no, Sade is a whole group. The whole group. Yeah. Remember that. Sade, whole group. Helen, Falou, Sade, one person. But the Sade is a band. Okay, anyway. And I did not put Sade on the list. So if y'all are ever playing Musaficionado bingo, the times that I bring up Sade, every other podcast it seemed like. I have CeeLo of Goody Mob. Can I tell y'all, as much as I love CeeLo, and then CeeLo turned around and got into Gnarls Barkley, which was another group. As much as I love CeeLo, I adore Goody Mob. Who's that peeking in my window? Bow. Nobody now. It's hard for me to be like, yeah. I mean, CeeLo did amazing solo, but do I yearn and long for Goody Mob? Yes, I do. And it's not like they broke up. You know, they just did separate things. But I think for me, my opinion, CeeLo should be back in the Goodie Mob. Like, they need to just put out an album and quit playing with me. Please, quit playing with me. Rob Thomas and Matchbook 20 for my pop people that are not just listening to the podcast for all the black music. I think Rob Thomas did great in Matchbox 20, but he's done phenomenal solo. Outside of even teaming up with Carlos Santana and doing Maria Maria. He's had a pretty successful solo career as a singer and as a guitar player. Lionel Richie, who was in the Commodores. I like the Commodores, but I love Lionel Richie. And him as a artist, as a songwriter, and with a couple of songs that he's produced and everything, I think it was a good move for him to go solo from the Commodores. I also think Harold Melvin and Blue Notes, Teddy Pendergrass, it was a great idea for him to go solo because he wasn't even technically named in the group. I mean, the group was called Harold Melvin, but Harold Melvin was not the lead singer. Make sense of it, people. Make sense of it. You can't, because I can't. So those are two examples, two old school 70s into the 80s examples. Teddy and Lionel Richie. So glad that you went solo. So glad. Got some great hits from you going solo. Diana Ross was recently in the news about some TSA fondling. I wish the TSA would get their stuff together and quit fondling folks. I flew to Chicago. They was trying to fondle me. I was like, I'm not packing nothing. I ain't got nothing for you. I ain't trying to take down no planes. I just want to go see my mama. Diana Ross leaving the Supremes. Now, we all know the story of the Supremes. I would assume that you know the story of the Supremes. If you do not, just look up cattiness and girl groups. Anyhow, I think Diana Ross did great by herself, but the Supremes just really didn't do well. Like, it just fell off after Diana left. And I feel like she did right for herself by going solo, but not necessarily for the group. Look it up. Just Google it. Don't even ask me no more questions about Diana Ross and the Supremes. What else do I have for you guys? Oh, George Michael and Wham. Come on now. Wham was awesome, amazing. It was between them and Culture Club, those were my introductions to, like, not necessarily British music, but music that was not in America. But that damn George Michael, whew, he did excellent leaving Wham. And if you want to know why Wham broke up, you need to Google that too, because that's super important to the story. I'm just saying, when you're in love with never mind. I ain't gonna be in them people's business. Rest in peace to George Michael. So yeah, George Michael, I think it was best for him to go solo because he showed he had so much more to give than just booty shaking and some jeans. Ricky Martin, who was initially in Menudo, he aged out of Menudo. So that's always a good reason to go solo when you age out of a group. Or you could just do whatever it is. But Ricky Martin's had a very successful solo career. But I wonder if instead of letting those little young boys age out, if they had maintained a group and grew them and got them older, what type of impact it would have had. Just something to think about. I'm just saying. My favorite fellow Gemini, Tupac Shakur, who was initially in Digital Underground. You can't deny how great Digital Underground was as a group and the many facets of all the things that they did. Shock G, Humpty, I can't remember the other guy's name because I can't remember. Shock, no. What Shock G, the one with the satin on the pants? Never. Oh, anyway. Money B. That's his name. I wasn't gonna get off this podcast till I figured it out, or I'd have picked up my phone and Googled it. Anyway, Tupac, rest his soul as well, he had a pretty polarizing solo career. And it expanded into just more of the music, which was a wonderful thing. I don't know. I feel like after Tupac took off, the Digital Underground not necessarily fell to the wayside, but we were paying so much attention to Tupac that we weren't paying the same amount of attention, at least in the Midwest, to Digital Underground as we should have. So I don't know. But him breaking away from that group and going solo definitely benefited him. I can't say the same about Digital Underground. But if y'all want to, you can argue with me in the comments. Feel free. I'm ready. Come on. Also, just a little fun fact. You know how people say, oh, if somebody ever put a gun to your head and you had to rap a whole song, what song would it be? Digital Underground, I Get Around. I can recite that thing backwards and forwards almost. It pains me to say this, but I have to say it. Black Eyed Peas gave us Will I Am and Fergie. Now, Will I Am, he was a little bit more successful in the producing area. You know what I'm saying? Not so much in the... I can't say that. I feel like if I say that he wasn't successful solo as far as an artist, y'all will probably rake me over the coals. I might take that. I might take a little raking for that. He just, for me, unfortunately, Fergie was more noticeable when she went solo, but then she did that doggone Star Spangled Banner. No, it was the national anthem. Or was it the Star Spangled Banner? I think it was the Star Spangled Banner. Anyway, I'll say, can you see by the dawns of it? I don't remember which one she did. After she did that at the game, and then Sway, the remix guy, remixed it, I've been asking people since then, who's responsible for Fergie? Who did this? Who let her out? That's almost like the equivalent of Nicole Scherzinger from the Pussycat Dolls. Who did that? Whose fault is that? Just think about that. Last but not least, because I'm not going to keep you guys on the podcast forever and ever. And I know that there's so many other people that you guys can name. But initially, this was just my list. And I was going to have a podcast person with me, a co-host with me. So that's why you might get a short podcast today. Everybody in WuTang went solo. Everybody. Look, Method Man, You God, Ghostface Killer, Raekwon, The Chef, ODB, RZA, Jizza, Inspector Deck. Everybody went solo in the WuTang. WuTang is for the kids. I always have to say that when I talk about WuTang. And they, regardless if they were a group or solo, they were all so talented and so... so talented and so diverse and so good at what they did that in a group or solo, they all excelled, except for You God. I said that whispering because he's not my favorite rapper, but they all did amazing solo. So that's just a snippet of solo folks. People that were in groups, successful groups that went solo. I'm not saying Destiny's Child. I'm not saying the people that were in Destiny's Child because that goes without saying. I feel like we talked about that last week or the week before last, whenever the Baychella came out. We already talked about that. So I'm not bringing up Destiny's Child. Move on. Move past that. I'm not saying Michael Jackson coming from the Jackson 5. He broke off because it was time. He outgrew the group. So we're not gonna say those names. So if y'all can come up with some other people that left a group and was super successful, let me know in the comments, and maybe we will get a part 2 of this podcast. But that's all I got for you for now. Usually I would do unpopular opinion. The Met Gala. Yes. It was Sunday, Monday, one of them days. Today is Tuesday. The podcast drops on Thursday, so this might be old news by then. Some of these outfits for the Met Gala, like, we're not a fashion podcast, but because there are music people there at the podcast, sometimes music people at the Met Gala, not at the podcast. Might be some music people at the podcast one day. Because there are music people at the Met Gala, there's some things that, we might discuss. So I have not seen everybody's dress. I have not seen everything that is going on. But that Cardi B, that's like all the feathers. And they said that there was like 3,600 dyed red some type of feathers that made up her outfit. Did y'all see that thing? That thing was like everywhere. It was everywhere, and it was everything. There was a lot of what am I trying to say? Head things. Y'all know I'm bad with fashion. Things that you put on top of your head and make it look like you ain't got no hair. Yes. Hats, beanies. There you go. Sequence looking beanies. Cardi had one on. Gabriel Union had one on. Her husband had one on. The Kardashians were there. I don't know what they were doing there, but that's another podcast. We're not going to be petty in today's podcast. That is my goal. I will not be petty in the podcast. Lena Waithe looked, her and her tethered looked good together. If you've seen the movie Us, you know what I mean when I say tethered. Just Nicki Minaj was there. I know y'all said, but you weren't gonna talk about Nicki no more. I surely am not. Just know she was there. That's all I got for y'all. So it's not necessarily an unpopular opinion, but I just think that when you go to these events, a lot of people put forth a lot of effort. Like Sierra looked amazing in her goddess green, her emerald green dress, looking like she going to see the wizard. Come on, where you going? You going to see the wizard. Tracee Ellis Ross came in a picture frame. I don't have no words for that, but she always looks good to me. I think Tracee Ellis Ross is bad. Daughter of Diana Ross. See how I'm gonna tie it back into the music? See how I tied that back? Excuse me. Trying to think who else was there. So many people. Billy Porter. Pose is coming back on. I know this kind of sort of has to do with music. Pose is coming back on in June. I think. June-ish. Maybe July. I know it's coming back. He came through looking like a damn Emmy, Oscar, anything that was gold related. He came through looking amazing with 6 big-bodied men carrying him. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I can't think of anybody else. So I don't really have an unpopular opinion. I just really wanted to talk about the Met Gala. And since I have time, why not talk about it with y'all, right? Let me see. What else? I don't know if we got to this last podcast, so forgive me if we did. Rest in peace to John Singleton. I don't think we talked about it last podcast. I don't know if he passed before or during. I'm not sure. I know he was in the hospital. I don't know if we gave him the rest in peace, but I wanted to acknowledge that and say that to him. He was super instrumental in a lot of movies, a lot of soundtracks from those movies, which is how I'm all tying it back into music. So y'all don't think I'm just dilly-dallying around. I didn't know that he was the EP for Snowfall, which is coming back in July. If you guys have seen Snowfall, wonderful series. I kind of wonder what they're gonna do now that he's passed away, as far as Snowfall goes. I hope I'm not losing my voice in the middle of the podcast. That would be terrible. I don't have a. It's a vibes because you need two people to have a vibe. I mean, you can vibe all by yourself, but generally, you kind of need two people for it to vibe. I guess I'll do sexual behavior in the ghetto. In because Tam would usually do it, so I have to find a song because that might be the only part I was not prepared for, y'all. I have new music. I'm prepared for the new music, but I am not prepared for sexual behavior in the ghetto. So let me find a song real quick. In the meantime, I'm just gonna talk to y'all quite slowly so that I can. Oh, I already know. See, that was easy. Super, super easy. I'm tying this into our excuse me. I'm tying this into our what's the name of that song I like? Okay. Lyrics. If these lyrics don't come up, we gonna be shocked. I'm tying this into the new music because Ari Lennox album came out, and I know this is Tam's freaking favorite person, so I apologize, but I gotta get a whole sexual behavior the ghetto song going on, and I don't want to do Shea Butter Baby. Why in the I feel like her album hasn't been out long enough for me to yeah, it hasn't been out long enough. That's what I'm looking for. In case y'all like, why are you talking so slow? I'm looking up the lyrics to Ari Lennox's song, but it's not here. Oh, wait. Shout out to lyrics.com. Thank you. I've been. Alright. I'm going to give you a full review of Ari's album in like 5 minutes. But she has a song on there called I Been. The whole album is fire, but we'll get to that in a second. So, today's recitation of sexual behavior into Ghetto is Ari Lennox's song called I Been. I've been smoking purple haze. Ooh, to forget about you. I've been smoking purple haze. Ooh, to forget about you. And I try. But I'm having the worst luck on Tinder. Ooh, why'd you have to be a big pretender? I try. I try to give you something good, because I know you would give it to me too. I've been smoking purple haze, ooh, to forget about you. I've been smoking purple haze, ooh, to forget about you. But you lie, and you lie, and you lie, and you lie. It's the 47th time that I've changed my number. Should call you Manny Fresh, cause you's the #1 stunter. You lie, and you lie, and you lie, and you lie. I gave you something good, cause I know you would give it to me too. Don't date these niggas till you're 43. A heartbreak gonna creep up on me. I try to cover up what I feel inside. It hurts me so deep. And you know, life is too short to be blocking your blessings like that. To be blocking potential blessings. Like, yeah, you may never get married again. You may never find the love of your life again. But hey, that's life. And please don't be in a situation where the person's tearing you down mentally, emotionally, physically. So the other part of the song is basically her talking. But that is Ari Lennox. I been. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I promise I'm gonna get my voice together. Shoot, might not be no podcast next week if I ain't got no voice. All right, let's get into the new music. 30 minutes in, I can't believe I've been talking to y'all with no drink, like not even no water, which was dumb on my part. No alcohol, no nothing. This is just straight you and me. You see this? You and me. So Ari Lennox's album came out. Let's get into it. I can't remember how many joints is on there. Let me look and talk to y'all at the same time. I can tell you my favorites though. My favorites from Ari are, how many is on this darn album again? Look at that. Y'all almost played it for y'all. That was not what I was trying to do. There we go. 10? 10 is on here. I think it's 10. Don't quote me on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 songs from Ari Lennox. 12. It's fire. Two of my favorite songs on there, I Been, which I just gave y'all, and New Apartment, Pop, Whipped Cream, which we've been talking about Whipped Cream since I want to say last year. And she has a song in there called Chicago Boy. I'm biased because y'all know where I'm from. So yeah, I'm biased. I like the song. But y'all should listen to it and tell me what you think. Hold on. You hear how it sounds? You can't deny that. That is saxophone. Sexy saxophone. Y'all hear that? Y'all not gonna get the podcast flagged on my day off. Hold on, let me play a little bit more. That's it. That's all I'm giving y'all. That's it. Go check it out. Definitely one of my faves. And it was worth the wait because I know she been trying to get this album out for like over a year. Yeah, at least over a year. So to me, it was worth the wait. It's solid. Listen to it. Blac Youngsta has a song. Y'all know who Blac Youngsta is. He made that booty song, right? His new song is called Cut Up. It is super identical to the booty song. So it's another strip club anthem, another banger. If you're of a certain age and a certain booty class. So Cut Up. Shawn Mendes has a song, If I Can't Love You. Y'all may not know who Shawn Mendes is. But I'm a fan. So it's a good song. It's a decent song. There are two songs I really want to talk about. So let me get through these next two. And then I'll get to the two songs I really want to talk about. Raheem DeVaughn is back. Has a song called Just Right. It's a body roll song. Y'all know how Raheem get down. It's a body roll song. So go on and just roll to it. Tink has a whole album out that I have not heard. But I am going to listen to it after the podcast and give y'all an update next week because I was not ready. I didn't even know she had one. Styles P got an album that came out that I haven't listened to yet. I'm super behind in my new music. Forgive me. I'm going to work on that. I did watch a video today. Do y'all watch videos anymore? I feel like I don't really watch videos unless I'm told to. Like, I was told to watch This Is America with Childish Gambino. I watched Cardi's Money video because I was pretty much like instructed to watch it. Megan Thee Stallion's video I watched. Y'all know my history with Megan Thee Stallion. I watched that video. It inspired me to get red hair and booty shorts. But today I was at work and I was watching YouTube and this video came on for a song called True Shit. And it had Jacob Lattimore is singing and you're like, who is Jacob Lattimore? Well, if you guys watch The Chi, which you should because we are all Lena Waithe fans, right? The Chi, which comes on a cable network that I'm not going to say because they are not, ain't nobody paying us no ad money. I'm just saying. Jacob Lattimore plays Emmett on the show. He is the one with the 3 baby mamas, and he ain't 18 yet. Oh Jesus, how you get so many babies? It's okay to pull out. He's a singer, and I didn't know that, but he's a singer, and he has a song featuring Trevor Jackson. I know y'all know who Trevor Jackson is. Trevor Jackson is on Grownish, playing I don't remember the guy's name, and he was in Shaft, the new version of Shaft, not the I said Shaft. This is why I need a co-host to keep me on point. Superfly, not Shaft. Shaft is coming out, and I do plan on seeing it. But Superfly, he played in the new version of Superfly, which surprisingly has Jason Mitchell in it, who plays on The Chi. So Jacob Lattimore, who plays Emmett, Trevor Jackson, who played in Shaft and on Grownish, are singing, and the song is cute. It's age appropriate, even though the title is called True Shit. But look at the video; it's really cute, and they two little cute young boys. I say that as a 40-something cougar. Anyway, all right, the two songs that I really wanted to talk about: Joyner Lucas, Devil's Work. So there was a little bit of an uproar about Joyner Lucas' song, because he's basically saying to God, yo, can we do a trade? Can you take some of these motherfuckers and give us back some of these people? So he was asking if we could get back Nipsey. He was asking if we could get back Michael. Michael Jackson. He's asking if we could get back Trayvon. Like, he's asking for legit people that were blessings in the world. And he was saying, can we get Tupac back and you could take Suge? Take R. Kelly. Like, he was off. He was doing some trade for real. Like, take these people, bring back Martin, take Martin Shkreli. If you guys don't know who Martin Shkreli is, I would tell y'all to Google, but I'm not going to be like that. Martin Shkreli charged an arm and a leg for, he bought the damn WuTang album that was selling online for like thousands and thousands of dollars. I think he also bought the Carter 5 when it was being leaked or something. He leaked the Carter 5. That's what it was. But anyway, long story short, Martin Shkreli is a jerk. White privilege to the utmost. And if I'm not mistaken, he got implicated in charging an arm and a leg for like prescription drugs that were needed. If you ask me what drugs, I can't tell you. But long story short, Google it. I knew I was going to end up telling y'all that. Just Google it. But anyway, Joyner Lucas' song was super controversial, because people were like, oh my God, I can't believe he talked to God like that and he put that in a song and da-da-da. And if you listen to the entire song, because some people didn't listen to the entire song and they listened to snippets. If you listen to snippets and not the entire song, you're not going to get the gist of the song. The reason why the name of the song is called Devil's Work is because he's not blaming God for what happened. He's saying, I know that all this happened because it's the devil's work. So all you people out there complaining, talking about he talking to God a certain type of way and da-da-da. No, he's not. Listen to the whole song. Listen to like the last verse. Anyway, I love that song, and I will be bumping that song. The other song I wanted to talk about. Logic and Eminem have a song together called Homicide. See, I'm closing my book so that y'all know I'm done with the podcast. I can't believe I've been talking for 40 damn minutes. And I feel like I talk fast, so I'm impressed with myself. Anyway, Logic and Eminem get on this track together, and these white boys, I was impressed. Let me tell you why. I'm not a Logic fan. Like, the last thing he did, I was a fan of, and now I'm a fan of this. But when Logic first came out, I was like, oh, just another white boy. I was not impressed. See, what happened when you fake yawn, you have to really yawn. But him and Em on this album, on this single together, I can't even be mad at it. It's pretty fucking good. Sorry for cussing. So I would recommend it. Look, me recommended to white boys? Yes. I'm very much about lyrical content, and they definitely provide it in this song. And then at the end of the song, I can't think of the guy's name, but a long time ago he did this, like, it wasn't an Eminem diss. He was kind of impersonating Eminem. He was rapping words together that weren't supposed to go together, and they sampled that at the end of Homicide. So it's funny at the end, but it's a good song. So that's all I got. Surprisingly, I'm tired and I'm gonna go get some water because I feel as if my voice is leaving me. Next week, hopefully you'll have two of us next week, and we'll be talking about Mother's Day, mothers, songs about mom, songs that our mamas like. Song, if you're a mom, you probably like this song. I would try not to bring up Megan Thee Stallion next week in any of the Mother's Day songs. No big old freak Mother's Day songs. But that's it. So as always, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. We hope Tam feels better. I think she has a summer cold. I say summer because it's 80-something degrees outside. She's like, it's a spring cold. I'm like, nah, boo, it's 80 degrees. It's a summer cold. So hopefully she'll be back next week. If not, I'll be here. And I have a whole gang of mother's songs because my mommy likes music, and yeah. And I'll try not to curse just in case she listens. She's been avoiding my podcast because she knows my mouth is filthy. Anyway, that's all. Thanks, guys, for watching. Appreciate it. See you in